We are up and out and touring in a city near you. Please grab a ticket, come and see us before I lose the will to live.
You don't know when you're going to get live shows again, let alone a tour. So you better come along.
Let's see you there in the real and talk and try to get power back.
Yeah, exactly. We need to speak life back into each other. I think that's why everything's going to shit. Because we haven't done a live show.
Yes,
that's
what it is.
Oh my God.
Meet us on our shows where we're going to be rallying in women first movement.
We have power banks.
WFM.
We have like life-size power banks, where we literally put power and life into you and we charge you up. So if you're feeling a bit low, come. If you're feeling a bit debilitated, come. We'll fill you up with life.
We'll fill you with life
and
hope. Again. WFM, Women First Movement.
Yeah, man. Is that a real thing?
No.
Oh.
But I'd now like it to be. But yeah, tickets will be in our bios, on the receipts page, on the receipts website. So yeah, telephone, and we will see you in the coming months.
Indeed.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome. We are getting back into the swing of things, slowly but surely. In the words of Kevin Little. I don't know if it was Kevin Little that sang this, but slowly but surely. We're getting there.
Is that his song?
I don't know if it was Kevin Little, but it is a song. Slowly but surely we are getting there, and slowly but surely I am trying to feel better. Hi everyone, it's your girl Tolly T.
And just call me Audrey.
Ow.
Yeah, Kevin Little, I only know one song of his.
What song?
Didn't he make jamming in the body?
Yeah, that is good.
That's the only one.
That song generally makes me happy.
I love that song. That reminds me of a time.
I just love when people speak passionately about things that often feel mundane. Like when rappers talk, or musicians talk passionately about whining.
Yeah.
It's such a nothing-y thing, but yet there is so much passion behind it. So hold tight, you Kevin Little.
Exactly.
Do not know where that man is.
Me either.
Hope he's well.
Yeah, I hope he's well and doing and thriving and surviving.
Yeah. Do you know what I've realised? Because I'm not on socials, right? There was nothing for me to be irate about.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing. I have no opinions and no thoughts on anything because not only am I I'm just not seeing it. I'm not seeing people being angry. I don't know why people are angry. All I know is that randomly news will pop up on my top news of the day, which I never signed up for.
Yeah. I can imagine not being on socials and just being blissfully unaware of what's going on.
All you think about is your not yourself, but your actual everyday life, normality sort of thing, rather than being oh, this person said this about this, so now I have to be angry about this because I don't even know who this person or that person is. Really,
that's the thing. I don't think we understand how much of other people's shit we internalize.
Yes,
or not even other people's shit, but just obviously wild things. We're so consumed by it because the world is actually
it's on fire.
I'm not even exaggerating. The world is actually gone to complete and utter shit. And usually, when people talk about there's a race war coming, there's a civil war coming. I actually for the first time feel like that might actually be a thing. Like the civil unrest just globally, because whatever happens here happens it kind of trickles down to America and vice versa. And so it's happening at the same time. I feel like sometimes if something mad's happening in America, it might not be, the climate or the landscape might not be the same here, but this feels identical. Whatever's going on over here is happening over there, is happening over here too. And I just think, the world has just gone to complete and utter shit.
I think the reason why I'm I don't know if a race war would happen is because I just don't think the EDL reform lot are very smart.
No,
I can't imagine them getting togetherness in a smart way. It's just good. But you know
what it is? I hear you, but I feel like the people that we see are the idiots that are toothless and doing all of that. But I do think behind all of the people that are at the forefront, there's the people that are strategizing in the background. And those are the people that you need to be scared of because they're the ones that put the batteries in these people's back.
Who have little to lose.
Yeah, they've got nothing to lose. They don't care about being on camera. But I saw one TikTok, it was so funny because shout out you content creators that go out in the midst of these crazy times, because there were so many people doing videos being if you're a black or brown person, stay in the house. Don't go into central London, don't do this. There were so many videos. They were this is what time the march is. What was it called? United Kingdom or whatever it was called. Whatever, I can't remember, irrelevant. But this is the time the marches is going to be on, avoid these areas, blah, blah, blah. But there's people that are content creators that are do you know what? I will die on the hill of getting content, and they go. There's black TikTokers and stuff.
Investigative journalists.
They apparently are not playing. Yeah. They are the war journalists of yesteryear.
Oh, there's a dog in the building.
And so they're outside speaking to people with their little mics on their phones, capturing content, speaking to people and asking them why are you here? What are you mad about? Yeah. And there was one guy. there was one guy and he was shook to be on camera. Like you could literally see it in his face. He was like, yeah, like it's just immigrants, innit? He was like, yeah, but he was like visibly trying to hide. Like you could see he looked so embarrassed and he looked so scared. So I'm just like, you must not really believe.
And also you've got something to lose.
You've 100%. And then the guy he was speaking to was like, but I thought we were mates. And like trolling him.
Yeah.
And he was like, but we're mates. Don't you remember? We like used to hang out here or what? And he was like, yeah, you are my mates. He was like, you are my mate. I'm not angry at you. I'm angry at the illegal immigrants. And that's like their get out of jail free card. Like it's the illegal immigrants we're mad at. Like if you came here, you know, you did things, followed the process, whatever. We're not mad at immigrants in general. We're just mad at the illegal immigrants. But it's all a fucking smokescreen for racism or whatever. But yeah, then people, I don't know. I think also for some people, it's just a fun day out for them, you know. The amount of lager louts I saw, people were just getting hammered, just an excuse to
and that's what will happen. They'll organise a race war. Someone will say beer, and they'll get too smashed, and then here we are, you've lost. Like I don't like. I think the sad thing about it is it's incredibly sad, and I honestly I can't even deep it too much because I think it makes you like I need to get the hell out of this country. Like what is this sort of thing? But I think the sad bit about it is that you just don't know. It could be someone you work with, like the person you're sat with on a train could have this like intense feelings towards you that you just don't know about. Your neighbour could have this, like people that you share a Tesco's or whatever with. Like I think that's what's scary about it. There is no big sign that shows, unless it's the day that they're walking under the England flag around them. But there is no huge sign to show that this person, and I don't know if this person hates you just by version of who you are. I think that's what I find scary about it.
Yeah, exactly. That is very scary when you think it could be your GP, it could be, you know, your local MP. You just never know, innit? A lot of these people hide their identities. My GP's and stuff like Asian. Oh, shout out immigrants!
Shout out the immigrants!
But yeah, it's just it is very scary. But that was just a joke.
Who sang the song "My President's Black"?
Jay-Z.
I would like to become a version of my GP's Asian. That is a version I would like to sing home about. My nurse is black, my GP's Asian.
Do you have like, you know, like your GP, yeah? Because I don't feel like I have a specified GP. I just see who's there.
I'm absolutely sure. I have not gone to my GP in a very, very long time.
Yeah, same.
I'm not convinced he's with us anymore.
As in,
just
in
because,
the world,
or
just
because
the practice?
Like he was old when I was there, so, and I haven't moved GP since I've moved. I haven't been to a GP in a very long time. And I'm just not sure.
I hope he is still alive and well practicing.
Or like retired. He might have retired. Yeah. He hasn't been for a very, very long time. Let me not kill off the man, for God's sake. He's probably is retired because he was older when I was there. Anyway, and that was been like years ago, like years and years ago. I've not been to the GP, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I realised I'm not precious about stuff like that. Like I'm not like, I'm just like, if there's someone free, I will see anybody. And I'm the same way with my nails.
Online anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Chat GPT. And I'm the same with my nails. Like, I just will go anywhere. Like, I don't have like a specialised nail place.
I'm not fussy about
I'm not fussy. Just, do you have the colour? Do you have the skill? Let's go.
And because I don't like getting my nails done, I hate getting. I genuinely hate getting my nails done. So I'm trying to just get this shit done as quick as possible. That's why I literally do one colour every single time, stick to that colour, and that's all I do, just get in and out of there.
Yeah, in and out. It's not fun.
Getting my nails done. Again, hold tight on multicultural Britain, because what do you mean? Like, my nails by a East Asian, my eyebrows by a South Asian, my hair, depending if I want to weave braids by an African or Caribbean. Like, come on, this is what makes it. Like, come on,
yeah.
Let's not be ridiculous. It needs to be multiculti. Come on.
Exactly. I don't get it. I just need people to just be very honest. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I like my racism honest. Like, just say what it is. Like, stop hiding behind this thing. And do you know what? Yeah, it's mad because I was on Instagram and I was on my For You page. Yeah. And then this post came up about, because did you hear about Rylan Clark? So he decided to insert his unsolicited opinion on big, what's that show called again? This Morning, right? He was a host on This Morning. And then he was talking about immigration and just using that same rhetoric, that same boring talking point. Oh, you know, it's not about illegal immigrants. We don't have Britain is built on immigration and we love immigrants, but, you know, you've got to come here through the proper channels and, you know, you can't come here illegally and then be allocated a hotel room and then be given a PlayStation and just spewing all of this misinformation. I don't even know where I knew about the hotels, but like the misinformation of how it's just been embellished to make it sound like they're staying at the Four Seasons and that they're being given brand new iPhone 16s and live in the laps of luxury is actually mental, because a lot of the time they're like small family-run hotels that no one really uses anyway. They're given phones from charity shops and they're second-hand phones and all. Like, it's not the laps of luxury that you people are.
I'm so sorry, but if you had to escape your war-driven country or whatever,
bro,
iPhone 16 for everyone.
Yeah,
hell,
exactly. Like
all of what you've been through,
even if it was that
Apple iMac for all, like
exactly.
shit, like they've been through enough.
But people are taking that side of what they're acting like people are not fleeing war-torn countries and people are just coming over here because for their health, or because they just, well, no pun intended, my God. But people are just coming here for the fun of it. And it's just not that. So anyway, so Rylan Clark was spewing all of that nonsense. And then obviously the people that he's talking to, they lap it up in it. Like the dog whistles to the people that are that way inclined. So they're lapping it up. And some people were like, yes, Rylan's speaking the truth on national TV and blah, 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 and like really hailing him up. Anyway, he's been let go from ITV.
Did they let him go because of it?
Yeah, he was let go. He was spewing misinformation. A lot of it wasn't true. So it was obviously very 50-50. Yeah, he doubled down. So then he done a statement doubling down on Instagram saying the same thing about, illegal immigration versus
it's because he's getting a load of support.
Of course
he's getting
anybody,
a load
when you
of
feel
support.
like people are supporting you, you're gonna feel amped up. Like you're gonna feel like you're doing this for your people. So anyway, let's say there was a post about that on my For You page, on like a blog page, come to see so I went to look in the comments, so I just wanted to know what people were saying about it. And then I saw there was like someone, like an influencer that I follow, that not for anything other than pretty girl, nice clothes, whatever, proper in there being like, I don't understand why, and on Patreon I'll say who it is. Yeah, because I don't want to, I don't want to, it's not anyone that exciting.
Yeah, but don't ruin it.
No, exactly. But I'm going to say on Patreon,
it's a big time influencer.
To mobilise, basically, anyway, I don't want to mobilise people to go like,
don't say anything to her.
But so she was all up in the comments talking about, I don't understand, this is so unfair. Rylan was simply speaking the truth. And I was like, okay,
that's how you feel?
Interesting.
That's how you feel?
And it's so like, what I took from that was like, obviously Rylan is a public figure, like he's on TV, and like if someone with that kind of platform does it, then you kind of see the other people following in their lead, because they would never, this person in particular and some of the other like blue tick people that I saw all up in the comments, they would never do that on their own, off their own volition. Do you know what I mean? They would never be bold enough. But I guess you feel like braver if someone else goes first. So I saw that and I was like, okay, I've never unfollowed someone so quickly in my life. And do you know what? For the first time, I understood those people who like go and make burners to flog people, because that did cross my mind to just be like, I want to go all up in her comments and be like, I saw what you said, but I didn't. I contained myself. I just unfollowed and kept it moving. But I was like, oh, okay, interesting. But yeah, everyone's just losing the plot out in these streets. Is actually just crazy.
You have to give me a social lowdown. What else has been happening?
So off the back of that as well, obviously there's been the death of Charlie Kirk, right?
So Audrey did what they put in the group chat, being like, I can't believe about Charlie Kirk. I was like, I cannot lie to you.
I can't even pretend to know.
Who this man is. Sometimes sometimes someone says something, you go on the internet, you search who they are, and then you come up to the chat, you're like, oh yeah, it's mad, isn't it? I couldn't even pretend to know who that man was. I was like, I don't know who that man is.
He's one of those people, by name, I don't think I would know off the bat, because I kept on hearing it and I had no idea when I saw his face, I was like, no way. I was like, ain't no way, because his videos come up on my socials all the time, because I like debate platforms. Like I watch a lot of those debate shows, the Jubilees and all the rest of it, and some of them are very rage baity, but I always like to know what the other side is thinking. That's just how I like to consume my news, debate platforms. Yeah. So I've seen him a lot. I couldn't tell you his name, but his face, it was like instantly recognizable. So when I saw that he'd been shot in the head, I was like, not in the head, in the neck, sorry, my bad. I was genuinely gagged. Also, I'm so sorry. I was more gagged at the fact that man was 31.
And when I saw people giving the news as well, that is a strong 31.
But there is something
at least
about
a 45-year-old man.
Intensely conservative people.
You cannot have that much hate in you and look youthful.
No, they never do.
Have you not seen? You ever see that picture? It was years ago, and it was like the young conservatives.
Yeah.
They looked
about like, is the young in the room with us?
Like an average age of 72, and they were saying the young conservatives. I was like, yo, y'all need to like let go of that hate a little bit. It's aging you.
Literally, because I had no idea he was that young. Like I genuinely thought he was significantly older than me and blah, blah, blah. But crazy. So yeah, so obviously I'd heard he was dead, and
Okay, for some of us who don't know, and I mean, I know now, I went to go do my research. Who is Charlie Kirk?
So Charlie Kirk was like I guess he was like a political analyst, political commentator. He has no obviously he's incredibly right-wing Republic, like Christian nationalist type of vibes. And I'd always seen him on these debate platforms. So he was kind of notoriously known for, first of all, he'd done a lot of lobbying for Trump.
Right, okay.
And advocating for like young Republicans to go vote for Trump. So he was very much in there with the office and all the rest of it. So that was his thing. But I specifically, and I know that now more so, but I specifically knew him for these debates that he would have. So he would go on like college campuses and then have these debates. And depending on what, like, propaganda's mad, because depending on what lens you're looking at it from, some people be like, oh, he ate that liberal up. And then other people will be like, no, the liberal ate him up. So it just depends on like what side of the coin you're on. But
Did he have a platform, like a podcast? Or?
I think he may have had a podcast. I'm actually not sure. Like I know
he
him,
did?
or like a YouTube channel or something.
Okay.
Turning Point, that organisation where I guess they're trying to like mobilise young people to get into like to follow right-wing politics and to follow the Republicans essentially. So I would always see him having these debates with people on like really sort of like polarising topics, like, you know, abortion laws and like women's rights and LGBTQIA plus rights and that sort of thing. And so yeah, he said some very wild things, like very, very wild things. And like, it's not even one of them ones where you can be like, oh, you need to go watch the clip, because I feel like most of us are smart enough to decipher between like clickbaity stuff and like go and watch the whole thing. And it's like, you'll watch the whole thing and he very much said what he said, kind of thing. And he had really strong opinions on like, is it the Second Amendment that's the gun thing? Or the Fifth Amendment, I can't remember. But I think it's Second Amendment laws about possessions of fire weapons and guns and stuff like that. And he was very much pro-guns. Right, okay. And like the irony of like what he would promote, talking about like, it's really important that we keep gun laws in place. Like people should have the right to bear weapons and people should have the right to protect themselves. The Second Amendment is really important. And he even said verbatim, like, even if we have to sacrifice a few lives to mean that the Second Amendment laws are protected, so be it. And it's so crazy.
So this is not the same thing, but like there was a time when I was really scared of death, right? Not long after my death, I used to be always really cautious about the last thing I tweeted, because I was like, if I tweet this and die, I'll be well pissed off.
Exactly.
Like,
you don't want to go out like this.
Like, this is the last thing I tweet and then I die. That's really going to fuck me up.
This is not a representation of who I am.
Yeah.
But that was like one of the things that he said, right? And it was just so mad because obviously when he's saying that, he's obviously not anticipating that it's going to happen to him. Not. And he would also promote, like he said, you know, kids should be able to witness violence. Like it's not, you know, kids should be able to watch public assassinations. He actually said that. He was like, you know, from the age of like 8.
What's that mark on your hand?
What?
We have the exact same mark on our hands, the exact same spot. I don't know why you both have it.
Yes, this one.
I've got the exact same thing as well.
Oh yeah, that's so weird.
And it hasn't gone off for weeks.
No, my one is, this is from the straighteners.
I don't know what mine is.
Have you had that from birth?
No, it's recent.
Yeah, no, this is definitely from the hair straighteners.
Are you joking? You're taking a piss.
He's trolling us.
Are you taking a piss? No, but that's weird. You both have the exact same mark in the exact same spot.
Yeah. I did mine with the straighteners the other day. It was so bloody painful.
I don't know where mine has come from.
Yeah.
Sorry, anyway.
But yeah.
Whatever, Brent.
So he was just really adamant about people having the right to have guns and kids being able to witness public like lynchings essentially, and all of these really weird, strong takes on like abortion laws and like being pro-life. And literally he'd been asked that question so many times about if a 10-year-old girl gets raped and she falls pregnant, should she have the baby? And he would vehemently be like, yes, like I believe in, you know, life at conception, and, you know, we don't judge how the child is brought into this world and all of that stuff that they preach. Yeah. And he was very much like hell bent on that. He said some incredibly racist things, like,
of course,
like the most racist, heinous things ever. He said that black women's brains are smaller.
Okay.
That if he were to get on a plane and there was a black pilot, he'd be scared. Like he said some very, very mad things. So again, of course, he is so like, you know, against LGBTQ relationships and same-sex marriage and all of that stuff. But you know, like certain things you're like, oh, well, obviously, that's just like kind of bog standard. Yeah. But some of the more nuanced things that he said that, you know, black people were better off in slavery because we were committing less crimes.
Okay.
Like this is some of the mad things that this person has said. So when I hear people say things like, you need to like watch his videos in their entirety, or I agree with some of his talking points, I look at you sideways immediately, because I'm like, There's certain things that just cannot be ignored. However, I'm here to say that doesn't mean that the man deserved to die, but that's it. Those are very, very wild takes to put out in the world. Do you know what I mean? And so in the middle of his speech about gun protection laws and, you know, the Second Amendment, he was pew-pewed in the neck as he was talking about it. Like, it's like it sounds like something out of Black Mirror, but it's actually real life. Like, and the shooter got him right in the nose, and he was believed to have died at the scene before he made it to the hospital.
Fuck.
And yeah, it's
the people that had to watch
mad.
that as well.
Yeah, people had to watch it.
I assume there was like a crowd of people watching.
Yeah,
his
it was
speech.
in Utah or some shit.
Fuck.
And also it's mad because it's been everywhere, like on socials.
What, the clips?
The clips everywhere of him actually being like unalived on camera. Like it's actually wild, the times that we're living in. And so so that has caused so much division, like in terms of like the media and like just the general atmosphere. And it's like, you know, it's trickled down here, it's translated to over here. Obviously it coincided with the riots that we were having. Yeah. And people here were holding up his picture at the march.
You did not know that man last week. I did not know that man last week. You weirdos.
They did not know who the heck that man was. And then there's been all these videos of people with like their like England flags on, then going to get a curry. Yeah. Like at the curry stands and stuff. And like getting a shawarma. And like, and it's just like,
you don't see the irony here of you fighting this and having onion bhaji.
Exactly,
you idiot.
Exactly. But remember, they're fighting against illegal immigration. If you came here legally, they don't have a problem with you, which is what they're trying to push.
How do you know?
Exactly. I can't decipher.
How do you actually know?
So I don't know. But it's all just very, very mad. And so there's been like so much conversation pertaining to Charlie Kirk's death about like, obviously like his. And also another thing that he said that was mad is that empathy annoys him, and he doesn't believe that empathy is a thing, and that he believes that empathy is a made up word that's overused now.
Okay.
Like, just, you can't make it
You
up.
can actually just pull shit out of your ass.
Like,
honestly, I feel like that's why it's important to shut up. I feel like when you're given space to talk too much, you would just say things because you're trying to fill a space. You're trying to fill time. He's trying to fill his podcasting time. He's trying to fill his YouTube time. He's trying to just so he's just going to say things. Just
that sentence, mate.
Because what does that even mean?
Why would you say that? Wait, empathy is not a new made-up concept. Like it's very much existed forever, kind of thing.
You absolute weirdo. The conversations I've had, because I listened to a podcast that was talking about it, and it was talking about he was a Christian man, and a lot of like Christians have been like very like may he so rest in peace, or like we've lost a man of God sort of thing. So I like when I first heard that, I assumed he was some kind of preacher. No, because genuinely, because the way everyone was like, oh, we've lost a man of God. I was like, he must have been a preacher and maybe he got shot preaching. And then come to find out, that's not
a podcast.
That's not what happened. He didn't like get shot for preaching, and that's not what it was. And I've got there's a thing now with like let me start this conversation by saying, but I am a Christian, right? And there is a thing that Christians are now doing online that I find really hard to digest and deal with, and they can't be corrected. So basically, like the conversation someone was telling me about, like a Christian person has been like, you know, we've lost this man and blah, 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 blah. And yeah, we've lost the man of God and all of that kind of thing. And when Christians do that and then they're corrected, they won't listen because they will use that verse in the Bible when it's kind of like, well, when you choose God, the world will be against you. So they always pull above correction because they're seeing it as it's the world going against you because I'm doing God's work. Do you know what I mean? So rather than it being like actually a fair point, maybe like I'm not saying you should join the people who are celebrating. I'm not saying you should, but maybe just don't say anything about this.
100%.
Because I honestly believe to not celebrate death. I think death is not a punishment for bad behavior. Death happens to every single one of us. Good people die, amazing people die, children die. Like the wicked live long lives. So because I don't see death as a gotcha, that's your punishment, I find it a weird thing to celebrate because again, it's something that's inevitable for every single one of us. So I understand, that's how I see it anyway. But when things like this happen, I'm just going to shut up. Firstly, because I don't know the man. But I'm saying, even if it was someone that I knew and someone that I hated in the media or whatever, I'm just not going to say anything because it's just like, hey, yeah, it's not to be celebrated. But there was this idea, and that's what I find really difficult, that you can't tell Christians, hey, maybe don't do that, because what kind of Christianity is so racist? What kind of Christianity is fascist? Like, what kind of Christianity preaches so much hate? And then when you're corrected, it's like, well, God did say when you choose me, the world will turn against you. This is just the world turning against me. So they're always above correction in that because they're just seen as, this is what they said is going to happen when I choose God.
Exactly. And I feel like multiple things can be true at the same time. Like the man could have been a Christian, he could have also been an awful person. And I feel like sometimes those kind of Christians, they lead with that. Like they think that is the be all and end all. He was a Christian, so they kind of ignore all the other things. But me personally, I can't ignore someone being a crazy, racist, misogynistic, white supremacist pig. Like I can't look into his Christianity and lead with that. Because there's so many things that make up all of us. Do you know what I mean? And there were many elements of this person. And I feel like, I think you were saying it off camera, the Christianity side of things is just used to weaponize as a form of weaponization for certain talking points that he wanted to kind of just like perpetuate. So for me, I can't just look at it as an isolated thing and just look at him as a Christian man. And I feel like sometimes that's what those Christians do because they want to lead with their faith. And I think that they're doing it in good faith. Like I will give them that like, they want to lead from that angle and kind of ignore everything else because they believe that you've got to center God in everything. So the fact that he was merely a Christian is the most important thing. So I get my head around it, but like you said, it's actually like if you can't acknowledge all the different moving parts of like what made this individual, then at least shut up because there was a lot of people that his rhetoric had a massive impact on. So you might have been able to like decipher you might have been able to like take some good out of his messaging. Like I personally never saw any of the more like the Christian angle talking points. I never saw those things. I saw more of the hateful comments.
Because I only heard about his Christianity when he was trying to talk about trans and abortions.
Exactly. Like same.
I don't know if it landed elsewhere.
I'd never heard any of that stuff apart from when he was using the Bible to sort of bash LGBTQ people and abortion. That's the only time I heard him mention his faith. I could be wrong, but that's all I saw. So I can take the good from the bad. I get what people are trying to do, but for me, there's way too much bad for me to ignore that. And yeah, like his rhetoric was actually dangerous. Like he was perpetuating violence. And I think that his messaging was actually going against what I think the messages of the Bible should be. Do you know what I mean? And I just find it mad that it's like, I get it. And I'm the same. Like, I don't believe in celebrating someone dying. Like, I'm never going to do that. I think, like, even from a karmic perspective, like, I just wouldn't do that. Like, I don't know. I just find it weird. But I don't begrudge people who do it because I get it. Like, he said some very mad things. And I don't believe in taking away people's right to be angry about something. Like, someone saying that as a black woman, you've got a small brain, you've got every fucking right to be angry about that. Do you know what I mean? Would I necessarily film myself laughing and spitting on his grave? No, I wouldn't do that. But I get why other people have different perspectives.
And other people don't live by that, like,
exactly.
Don't live by my,
exactly.
I believe this thing. They don't believe that. They live by what they believe in, right? It's not thingy. But I'm really interested to see how you're viewing this, being a Christian man. Question is, firstly, this idea of not being able to correct Christians when they do something like this, because it will always be, you're going to lose the world, so that's a part of your reward in Christ. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, how do you correct a Christian to be like, okay, cool, I hear what you're saying in terms of don't celebrate death, but you can't just held this man as he was a Christian, so therefore everything else he said doesn't matter. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I need a more pointed question. There's a lot here.
You had one just before. You had
That's
a very
pointed
specific question.
How do you correct Christians when they do something like this?
So, one, do you see him as a Christian?
Do I see him as a Christian?
Yes.
I mean, he said he was. There's no way for me to judge.
Okay.
But I don't know what part of Christianity, which is what I'm saying, I don't know what part of Christianity preaches this kind of hate and this kind of...
The white supremacist.
Yeah. And I think sometimes to say that, it's like, do you not believe God is racist? I think some people might believe that
I genuinely
God doesn't
think they
like
do,
people,
you know,
yeah.
because you know that governor after... So the governor of Utah or whatever that he did like a conference, after they caught the killer, because we can talk about that in more detail after, And the person that it turned out to be the shooter was a 22-year-old Christian MAGA household person, right?
Oh, okay.
So this governor was like, I am so disappointed today that we have to say it was not one of us. Those were his exact words. He was like, I was so disappointed. He said that he prayed to God for 33 hours that the killer was not one of them. That's what he said.
Do you know how many things you could have prayed to God for? Not even the man's family. You didn't pray for the man's family. You didn't pray for some kind of miracle.
You prayed that the person was trans, Muslim, black, a woman, you know, LGBTQ. Like, that's what you were praying for. You think God's going to answer that prayer, you fucking lemon? Mental. But yeah, sorry.
So I've been to many churches. I've grown up in a few different churches, right?
Yeah. I
have gone to Christian camps and I have witnessed Christians being racist, right? Boy, this is very, very traumatic.
Is it for real?
No, it's not.
Oh.
So, one example. When I was 16, we went to York and it was a Christian conference. And this particular conference had different churches that were part of the same body of Christ, right? They would call it sister churches and whatnot. And every year we would meet up in the countryside and we would be in tents and we would meet other Christians from different churches within this particular network. They had never seen black people before, ever. So you could tell that they had preconceived notions, judgments, and some of them didn't hide it, right? Now, they read the same Bible that we read. I thought they
took it the same way.
Believed the same God, the principles, the way to live, the way to treat others in the same manner I did. I got a quick education on that particular conference. And I had to educate myself as to what Christianity meant to other people within Christendom. It wasn't the same.
Right, okay.
So
do you think even in Christianity, race still comes to play?
120%. And that's why it's so important when it is you're looking for a church. It's not a case where, let me just go where the message is good. No, the people also listen to the message. That's important.
That's why we have black churches and white churches.
Yes, but even in that, it has its own
hierarchies and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. So when it comes to America now, I'm not surprised that you have pastors on the pulpit looking at what's happening in Palestine and still advising and advocating for their flock to support what Israel is doing because of what they believe it says about Israel in the Bible. Right? So you can have in the same church people on the right, people on the left. They're all Christians, but they are extremely opposed to each other.
Extremely.
So how can you correct the Christian? What type of Christian are you talking about? Where they're from?
But then is that the problem? There shouldn't be what type of Christian?
No, it shouldn't. It should be
Yeah.
one.
That's
right?
the question.
Like there shouldn't be I think what is sad about it is that even in Christianity, even in faith, I can guess it can be whatever religion, there is still a hierarchy determined on your race or determined on I think it was during lockdown, there was like loads of like the right Christians or churches that were kind of like not accepting black people and was really like just not trying to help and things like that. And I think I'm just confused by like you said, realizing, and maybe I've realized it late, that we can be reading the same Bible, the same word or whatever, but as a white Christian, you are taking this in differently. You are reading something that still puts you above me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, during slavery times, there used to be a slave Bible. And some people even believe that the quote-unquote white man brought Christianity to. Yeah,
I mean, many people, many people are like, there is absolutely no reason why Africans should be Christians. Like this was a religion brought to you by the white man. This is not your people. Like many people still believe in Oshun and all of that as well. And I honestly, as a Christian, when I think about that, I'm like, yeah, but like, okay, so what's...
I know, it is mind-boggling.
When I think too much, sometimes I wish, like, when I think about Christianity, I'm like, maybe you shouldn't have given me free will. Because when I deep it too much, I'm just like, okay, well, if this was a religion given to us by white people, it's not actually what we should. Like, I'm very perplexed by it. To the way that, like, I'm quite ignorant and just not trying to learn about anything else. So I am not, like, I'm like, okay, just hit.
Bear in mind, they bastardized the Bible in order to basically...
to enslave people. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
yes,
the thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
So even within Black Christendom, you have different denominations, right? You have Pentecostals.
Yeah.
You have Baptists. You have Reformed Baptists. You have white garment.
White garment, yeah.
Right. I know a lot of my Nigerian friends came from the white
garment.
garment.
Yeah.
And even within that, there's so many different cultural.
Yeah. I think white garment is extremely cultural. Like it's religious, but it's extremely cultural. Like with a white garment, a woman can't preach. Men and women sit on different sides. You can't wear your shoes into church. You can't wear your shoes if you're wearing your white garment outfit. Not outfit, but like, yeah. But yeah, like I just, and I think because of recent, there has been, which is amazing, right? A lot of people turn into God and a lot of people turn into Christianity and blah, 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 blah. But I'm just like, and then you were hearing a lot more of like religious psychosis. Like everybody's been accused of going through some version of a religious psychosis, which is, again, I think one of the last things I saw on TikTok before I said this is enough was this girl. She made a TikTok talking about.
Saw that.
I
saw that.
I just didn't know what to. I said, okay, you know what? Internet must stop. And she like filmed herself and she's talking about the most like the craziest thing she did while she was in religious psychosis. And she used to say that she would masturbate in prayer because she believed she was the bride of God.
My God.
So whilst praying, she was masturbating because she believed that she was like having sex with her husband, which was God. And I was just, I just don't know what to do with this information.
Tap out.
Like, why have you told us this? What do we do with this now? But also, I feel like this is like, I hear more about religious psychosis than I've ever done in my life.
Same. That's like quite a new term for me. It's only
I've never heard of it till this year, really, I'll be honest. I've heard about religious psychosis.
People have been accusing people of being in religious psychosis and stuff like that. And then I saw another video of this girl being like, oh, everything isn't religious psychosis. Like, if someone is a stark follower of Jesus, it doesn't mean they're in religious psychosis. I was like, oh my God, also point.
No, but also
valid.
I think that's true.
Do you know what I mean?
I think that's true. And I think there is something about like joining a religion later on in life. You take it to its, like when you first in there, you take it to its very like every essence because you just got in there sort of thing. So you're listening. So it might seem, especially if you turn your life around, it might seem like, oh, she's going through because she's changed so much. But it's not always, I guess, a religious psychosis. And who are we to determine what is?
Exactly.
Like who are we to say?
It?
Yeah. Who said, yep, that's that.
Yeah.
So your original question was, how do you correct the Christian?
Yeah.
How close are they following Jesus' word? Like, are they actually following Jesus' word?
So they say they are. Again, there is no way to determine, right?
What Jesus said?
No, as in what the life they're living, right?
Okay.
Yeah, there's no way for me to determine, like someone could say this, but they're doing this behind closed doors, they could say this behind closed doors or whatever. But if their whole thing is they preach the law, they preach the gospel, they preach love, so their thing is, oh, this person has died, oh, that's a man of God, so we shouldn't. Yeah. But again, I just think it really bothers me because I'm just like, people are dying every single day. All these kids that have died in Palestine, and none of you have said, "Oh, let's do this sort of thing." But yeah, I'm just because when I see, I'm like, okay, even if that's well-meaning, babe, shut up. Like, no, not this man. This is not a martyr.
Yeah, this is not the hill you should be dying. I think it's like I think they want to, especially the more like Christian influence and stuff like that. I guess if you've been like, I feel like certain opportunities come up where people feel like, okay, this is my time to shine. Do you know what I mean? So if you're someone that's like in the public eye and you've been really proud about your faith and, you know, you lead with your Christianity and stuff and then something happens. So I feel like they're in their mind, they're like, now is the opportunity for me to showcase like turning the other cheek. Like, and that you do take the moral high ground no matter what, like this person's soul must rest in peace because this is someone that's died. He died in front of his kids. So I feel like they're leading with those things because they're like, in these times, this is where I'm supposed to stand up in my faith because this is what I talk about. But at the same time, it also doesn't make sense because you don't do it with other causes.
You don't do it with anything else.
So like, if people were consistent, then I wouldn't mind. If you were consistently speaking out against like, you know, everything that's going on in Palestine and all the rest of it, Sudan, Congo and all of those places, free them, of course, then like fairs, but you don't. So like, why is it that this white Christian fundamentalist or whatever, like, why are you speaking on this? Do you know what I mean? And I feel like it is like a moral high ground thing because it's like, people are celebrating his death and like laughing and posting all these videos. So I must come along and show that I am better than this. And in some ways I get it, but I just think that it's just the inconsistency for me. But I can separate the two. I'm sorry. Like, I know he was a Christian. I'm a Christian as well, but I can't ignore those things. But I'm not gonna celebrate his death. I'm not gonna do that. But if other people want to.
How do you honestly feel about his death? given the clips that you saw, maybe you didn't see the clips before.
No,
you saw the clips afterwards
of like of his death, or the clips of the things he said.
Yeah.
The clips of the things he said. How did I feel about it before?
No, not before. Because I don't know if it is you knew about him before. I think you had said you had watched Jubilee
definitely.
and this,
I knew of him. I'd seen a lot of his videos before and
All
stuff
right.
like that.
Did you? You obviously didn't agree with half the stuff that he.
No, I didn't.
All
agree
right,
with
wonderful.
any of it.
So when you heard that he was dead, how did you feel?
I felt shocked, honestly.
Yes.
I felt shocked. But I felt shocked because I was like, rah, this is scary for the reasons that Tolly gave at the oh no, you might have said it off camera. I'm getting confused because we were talking about it off camera. And basically Tolly was saying that like it's scary that people can get killed for their opinions.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So that kind of shook me because I was like, wow, like he got shot in broad daylight giving a talk. Like that is very mad. And I feel like I'm so desensitized to stuff that things very rarely shocked me, but that did actually shock me. So in terms of like my visceral reaction, it was shock. I was like, oh my God, like he's dead. Like he is dead. Like 'cause his face was so recognizable to me that he's no longer with us. I was like, what the hell? But did I have an emotional like feeling about it? I'll be so honest, I didn't.
Question, both of you, when you say you're shocked that people can be killed for their opinions, does that shock you all?
I mean, in a way, yes.
Yeah.
No, obviously, I know people get killed for their opinions and things like that. But I think it's like
Give me an example.
What if it's someone who's been shot for their opinion?
Not shot.
Killed.
Shot. In America, guns are rampant. But let's remove America. Let's come to the British Isles.
I don't know anyone who's been killed for their opinions.
Either.
Okay. All right. Obviously, we use knives more frequently. Suppose you just look to get into a tussle with your op, right? Obviously, I don't like you, you don't like me.
Yeah.
If I see you, it's on sight.
Yeah.
You've been killed off the back of what it is that you believe in.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but I think it's this kind of like I can't remember who I heard talking about it. Look, on either side, right, whatever I believe could be seen as an extreme on the right side. So as someone who is like on the left and I feel like I'm more liberal and I think this and this, the right person could be like, that is
the wildest thing I've ever heard.
What? Like if me can be being like, hey, I'm not homophobic.
Yeah.
Like fine, everyone should. They'll be like, you are disgusting. You're not a Christian. Blah 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 blah.
Yes.
They could have the same reaction as someone on the. Do you know what I mean? Like these things are extremes to both parties, right? I'm not saying like. Yeah, so the idea of having an extreme view, because someone seeing your view as an extreme could get you shot, is like, oh wow, that's all it is. Does that make sense? Because either opinions can be seen as an extreme, like me not being homophobic, me not being anti-trans. Just depends on who hearing it can see it as that's like such a left opinion. You're a disgusting person. Why are you promoting this thing, sort of thing?
Have you ever been at a dinner table where politics is being discussed in your family, and you nearly go to blows?
Oh yeah.
And in
No,
going
you better talk about that. Shut up.
Yeah, same. I get mad. I can get really mad.
in that moment, you can fight and you can kill somebody.
Especially if you're talking to dummies. Oh my God.
Oh my God. And everybody has that person in their family that's just like, are you? And often you don't know your family has this view.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, are you joking?
I'd rather not know because I don't want to see you in this light.
Yeah. And it's literally like, wait, are you joking? And then they're saying it around the younger people in your family. You're like, no, you're not,
close your ears.
Do not poison the youth with your stupid thoughts, sort of thing. So no, I absolutely, I get it. I absolutely get it. And yeah.
We saw Donald Trump look to rile up a whole swathe of people to go and take over the Capitol.
Yes.
Right? And then he turned around to say,
so guys,
do that. You understand?
Yeah.
So that young man, Charlie, he does like worse.
Young by age, not by age.
Exactly, please. Exactly, not by
right? And many different demographics.
Yeah.
And he says, it's just dialogue, it's just discourse.
It's not just discourse though, because there's someone at home who is seeing like this is their right to correct this thing. And I think often we think those are just people who are wrong-uns or loners. Some of them are not loners. They just feel
just
so
people.
strongly about this that
Exactly.
they're going to be like, I'm the one that's now going to go change this thing.
And some people feel like they're warriors. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, behind all of these crazy people that are out in the forefront that don't give a damn, we're talking about it with the Tommy Robinson march, there's people behind the scenes that are strategizing. Do you know what I mean? So they don't that's what they're doing. That's where their intellect lies, and the fact that they don't have to go out and physically. And that's what I don't like. Like people like Charlie Kirk and all of these really extremist, like right-wing people. They all say we don't incite violence. We've never told anyone to go out there and do it. But you know the kind of things that you are inciting in people. You know the kind of emotions you are evoking in these people, and you're calling out the kind of like the warrior class to go out and do the physical fighting on your behalf. And so those are the people that go out and end up doing these crazy things because they actually feel like they're fighting the good fight for this cause.
Whilst lagered up.
Exactly. Whilst high and whilst drunk and whilst disenfranchised as well. Do you know what I mean? So remember, you're speaking to people that are incredibly marginalized. They don't realize that all these people that they're so angry at, you've got hella things in common with them. Like a poor white man in Mississippi or whatever has got more in common with an immigrant than what they believe. Yeah. And I saw some saying it was like, if you teach a poor white man that he's better than a black man, then he'll always feel like he'll always feel amped up. That's not the exact words, but it's something along them lines. And that's what they're relying on. Do you know what I mean? So I just really wish that everybody would just see it for what it is. And I'm so sorry. Why the fuck is Elon Musk there getting involved? Like he was sitting in his
where else is
he had the audacity to sit in his mansion, and he needs to have the background blurred because I know you've got some fucking mad shit going on in the background. Yeah, that house, like it was all blurred, and he was there talking to Tommy Robinson, from the marches, and he was just like saying really coded things that were also not coded. And I'm just like, how is nobody seeing this for what it is, yeah? And then when the killer of Charlie Kirk was like announced, like HBCUs had to be shut down. Like people were scared.
That's what I'm scared
like, why
about.
Are we in
like,
it?
No, because the thing is, it's like someone's gonna say it was a black person. Like as in like you said, the man said he's so sad that see what Kendrick has done now. Now everyone's saying not like us.
Yeah,
they're gonna want it to be one of us. So this and what you're saying, like they are talking to them in a coded way that's like seek revenge. Like it's they're not saying even it outright, but they're saying it in a kind of like seek revenge sort of thing. And who are you versus here? These people. So I understand like for the safety of our students, like let's close these places down. But to like I don't know.
It's all very fucked up because even his widow, like even the way she was talking, oh my God, it was so scary. And I'm not here to talk about how anyone should grieve because that's a very separate conversation. But even in her like talk, her speech that she gave, it was very coded. It was very much like, she basically was like, this is not over. Like, this has just begun. She was basically like, if you think that my husband's died in vain, you've got another thing coming.
And the thing is that I think we see this in the UK thinking, it's so far from us or whatever. But like you said, the reform lot carrying this man's picture because they want a martyr. They want like I saw them man carrying crosses. I said, which God are you not following? Like what's actually going on here? What's going on here? But anyway, to soften the mood, someone said, if your name is Israel, change it, read the room.
Oh, that's quite funny.
Like, it's just a bad time to be called Israel right now. Just go change your name and read the room. But I don't know, like a lot of it is, there's a down mood, like not helping that it's getting colder, these things are happening, and it's getting darker quicker. There is just this air of that Saturday, like I was one of the people that was telling people like, hey, avoid Central, whatever, but because it's just not worth it. Yeah. And there was this, remember last time it was happening as well, and I remember we were going home after we recorded, we were like, whoa, like London feels
scary and eerie.
There's just like I think of, again, you don't know if this person next to you is one of them who believes that thing strongly, and it is insane to walk in your other body, black or whatever, and to feel like I'm not safe just because of the body I'm walking in. That's just insane to me.
Yeah.
And that's just where we are. And you're meant to be fine. You're meant to create. You're meant to make a podcast, make people laugh during this. You're like, anybody in a fucking mood. Big things are going in.
There's like nothing to laugh about. It's all very.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and like in this most artsy bullshit thing I'll ever say. But how do you create in a climate like this? Like, how do you just be? How do you then big things going on? You're thinking about, oh, my goal is this. I have this goal. I have that goal. Every goal just doesn't feel worth it because like look at what the hell is happening here. And then you're seeing people who you regard and respect and be like, oh, it's in the name of God. Like, what God?
Exactly.
Like,
and then you're seeing people that you thought just did get ready with me is now trying to have like political opinions, and now you have to go and follow them. Like it's very mad. Like it's all just very fucked up. It's very fucked up. But
yeah, and then I think it's that whole thing of, do you know when you listen to people who don't believe in God and they're like, well, if there is, it's the most simplistic question anyone who doesn't believe in God says, if there is a God, why does he let this thing's happening? Why does he let that thing happen? And I'm sure a lot of Christians struggle with that answer as well. Like, well, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
But Yeah. Thanks, man.
Donata?
Our resident Christian man.
Exactly. Thank you. Christian correspondent.
Our Christian correspondent, Brent. But yeah, it's just a lot.
Yeah, it is, man.
And I just don't think it's that far away from here.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. Like I was saying, this feels like the realist now. Like, not that I never took it seriously before, but I just feel like the fact that it's happening on both sides of the globe simultaneously feels unprecedented to me. I don't know. It just feels very mad that like the messaging is identical, like in America, here, Palestine. Like it's just mad.
Was like, because I thought the reform process would be a flop. I just thought not many people will show up, but it was hundreds of thousands.
100,000 people, they say, showed up to those marches. Yeah,
it looked more.
It looked like more than 100,000 people.
Honestly, I thought it was going to be a flop. I was like, nah, they won't really turn up like that.
50 people.
Yeah. No, they'll just look stupid. But there is something about that crowd of people in England flags and pointing and being so angry that's really fucking scary.
And also, it's not the lager lout anymore, you know? Like, it's not...
They've convinced...
That, it's not just the lager lout.
It's not just stupid people anymore.
I saw, like, this well-to-do, middle-class white woman who ordinarily I would think was my librarian or something. Like, honestly, I would never think... And shout out to the people that did their march on the same day that were like...
The anti.
Like, shout out them. I don't think there was that many people there, but shout out you for trying. But yeah, this woman, and she was just like, you know, people are just taking over our country. They just are. And she was like, well, and there's an expectation, or there's like an image I have in my mind of what these people look like. And that's why you should be very careful, because it isn't like what you think it is anymore.
And also all of this kind of like, we can tell, the immigrants built this country. They don't give a shit. Like, you get, because they'll say, shut up, here, we gave you a train line.
Exactly.
Like, hey, Windrush line, go use that if you're that. But like, they don't give a heck.
They don't care. And also, to the raccoons out there, I fucking see you. It will never be well with the raccoons. Those fucking black people, the black people that are out there doing it as well. I
can't understand.
Do you know what? They are the worst people. I don't care. They are the worst
people that turn up to things like that. I think they think that, well, please, just don't kill me. I don't think they believe it. If they think I'm on their side, when the race war starts, they'll remember me and leave me alone.
First.
I honestly believe that's what it is, because there's no way you believe that, you idiot.
It doesn't make sense, because, you know, like, if you go to the O2, and this is a mad analogy, but bear with me, if you go to the O2 to a concert and you want to be at the front of the standing, they let you go there early and they give you a ticket.
Okay.
And they say, come back when the show starts. You don't have to camp out anymore like the 90s. Like you used to, now you can go home, chill, have a drink and come back. I think those people think the same thing. I think they think, listen, if we start killing, this is your ticket. We'll remember that you march with us. You march with us. So you're safe.
Will start,
exactly. I've got my pounds. I've got my wristband.
Barry. I'm one of you.
I think they think they're going to get a wristband. I honestly think that.
What are you doing?
What the hell? I think it's good. It's good black mentality, because I saw there was this couple, and she was like, she was a black African woman. I couldn't quite make out the accent. Them. But she was proper like, at the end of the day, if you want to come to this country, you just do it legally. Like she was proper using their talking points, and she was there with her husband, and she was like, and her husband was like, at the end of the day, we want our kids to be able to, like, I don't want my kids to fear what they tweet on Twitter. What are your kids tweeting on Twitter that they have to be scared about being arrested for, and blah blah blah? Like what do you want to say on Twitter so badly?
It's free speech,
exactly, right? And they hide behind free speech. They hide behind like legal migration.
Is free, but there's consequences for your action.
Yeah.
Like, as in, like, nobody is saying you can't say it.
Yeah, but you might get banged.
Like, say it, but you might get banged in your face. But say it. Like, speech is free, but it comes with consequences.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
And those are the consequences of your actions.
That's all. And them raccoons that are there, you people are mad. Like, you're actually insane. But there's many of them, you know. There's so many.
I genuinely believe it's their thinking to save myself.
Yeah,
I think it's a safety mechanism. Thing. It's just if you can't beat them, join them. And I genuinely believe that's what they think. Hey, they'll remember us. They'll remember that we marched with them.
Exactly.
You idiot. They think you all look alike.
They don't know who the different... exactly. They're fucking drunk and high. They can't remember you, sir. And
on a train home, they could probably attack you because they forgot.
Yeah, they forgot you were there.
Like, you were there.
So, but yeah, they're there with their England flags on and doing all of that and proper in the mix. And it's just, it's the worst kind of coonery ever. But what can you do?
As they say, not all skin folk is king folk.
Exactly.
That saying will go till kingdom comes. But should we do some receipts?
Yes,
we
go.
Should do some receipts. Dear Tolly and Audrey, I've been listening to you since 2020 during lockdown. I do not exaggerate when I say that you've helped me through those lonely days. Thank you for all of your wisdom, wit and laughter, which brought me so much joy to my day and continues to do so. I wish you both every success and happiness. Now for my dilemma, and apologise, it is long. One of my best friends, let's call her Rose, got married this past weekend. For context, me and our other best friend, let's call her Betty, did not approve of her now husband from very early in their relationship because he seemed flaky. After dating each other exclusively for 4 months, when Rose turned around and asked, what are we? He said he didn't know and needed time to think. We told Rose point blank at the time that she deserved someone who was sure about her, and if he didn't know her after 4 months, then she should move on. From there, Rose shared very little about her relationship with us as she continued seeing him. However, she did share information and it became apparent that Betty and I were getting different versions of their relationship, which made us more suspicious and something was off. In any case, they got engaged last year and been together for 2 years and 8 months after Rose gave him an ultimatum to propose. Betty and I both bought her flowers and congratulated her, showing our love and support even though we had our reservations. Over the last year in the lead up to the wedding, Rose consistently told Betty and I that she was not having a bridal party, just a maid of honour, which was one of her childhood friends. This didn't seem odd at the time, given that many people chose not to have a full bridal party, and choosing one maid of honour from Betty and I would have been difficult, although Betty had already said she didn't want to be a bridesmaid because she didn't approve of the relationship. So there was really a choice Rose had to make. There was an attempt to include us in the lead-up activities, such as the dress fittings or the girls' night before the wedding, but since she was staying at her parents' house the night before, I assumed she wasn't doing anything like that. Come the day of the wedding, I find that not only did she have a girls' night the night before, but she also had another bridesmaid, her sister. Sister.
Yeah, sister.
Her sister in a so-called non-bridal party. Later, when we got to the reception, the seating charge clearly indicated a bridal party table, which included the partners of the bridal party. So now partners who Rose has no significant relationships with were sitting closer to her than her two supposed best friends. When people are telling her not to marry your husband, what do you think was going to happen? Later in her bridal speech, Rose did not mention either of us. She thanked the maid of honour and mentioned how the maid of honour had been her longest friend. To my knowledge, we all met at the same time in grade 3. She thanked her sister for everything she's done for Rose and for being her best friend in life. Meanwhile, Bethany and I are consistently hearing about how Rose's sister is self-centered and makes little effort in their relationship. Still her sister. I was left feeling hurt by how excluded Betty and I were from everything and not being mentioned. It makes some sense that Betty wasn't included because she said she didn't want to be a bridesmaid, but I never said anything to that effect, and we're both otherwise have been there for Rose through life's ups and downs. Should I have been more supportive of Rose's relationship since the beginning and not voice my opinions despite the red flags? Do I have different expectations about how best friends should be involved in weddings? Or since I don't 100% trust this guy and Rose knows that, does this mark a turning point in our relationship as she's prioritising her marriage now and I just have to accept that? I don't want to confront Rose directly about this because I don't want to make her wedding day about me. I'm just trying to figure out how I can mentally reconcile her seemingly contradicting words and actions. Any advice would be appreciated.
I think when she said the 3 points, I think all of those things are true. Like she, do you know what I mean? Like, I can't even remember the 3 points, but I just remember thinking, yeah, probably true. Look, at the end of the day, I think that, you know, you can't, she probably has internalized some of the thoughts and opinions that you had on her relationship. And I do believe that's had an impact on how much involvement you guys have had, because like, listen, you can complain about your man or whatever to your friends and all the rest of it. But then if you feel like that has it's kind of left the group chat and it's having an impact on like just your relationship in general, I can see why that would show up in her bridal party and stuff like that. So I don't think that you're going completely crazy. Should you be upset about it? I don't know. I think you can be upset about it. Whether you should be is a completely. I
think you feel a type of way.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like you feel a type of way, and you're not wrong. But I do think that like now, while she's in the midst of wedding planning and all of that,
no, the wedding's happened now.
The wedding's happened. I think that you should. I don't know. I just think she should just move on from it. I just think that she's chosen this guy. It is what it is. She probably feels like you've got a really strong opinion and just kind of has just kept you at a bit of a distance when it comes to her relationship. And you just have to love her from a distance and just not be so heavily involved in that aspect of her life, I think.
Yeah, I genuinely think that's what it is. Like from the very beginning, you said you didn't like this guy, you didn't trust him. After 4 months, you guys are telling her to leave him. Like, people are I think sometimes we forget that our friends are very, very protective of their partners because what you people say about their partners is a reflection of what people are saying about them. So to say that like, oh, you deserve better, he's not this or whatever, you're telling me that I don't know my worth, I don't know things about me. And that's how people take it, right? And clearly this man means a lot to her. Despite what you guys said, he ended up marrying her. They ended up being together. And even, you're still saying, oh, it's only because she gave him a thingy. That's why she's saying, no, you lot don't need to be a part of this fully because you're not really that happy about it.
Yeah.
I think if she was to at that dilemma, she would be like, my friends from the very beginning don't like this guy or whatever.
My friends are not happy for me.
Yeah, and I can understand if someone feels like they're not happy for you. I would want people who are happy for me to be part of my bridal party, to be part of my wedding. Like you want people who genuinely like your partner, who are here for your marriage to be a part of. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I'm not trying to say you're wrong. He might be a piece of shit, but to her, he's not.
Yeah.
And she wants people who believe in their love to be part of it. I can completely understand why I want everybody to be good vibes as part of my wedding. I get that sort of thing. What I want you to be ready for is this is the end of a certain kind of friendship that you guys had. Just let me tell you that. Firstly, even if you are on the greatest terms, marriage can be a bit rocky when it comes, but what it does to friendships anyway. Even if you were the chief bridesmaid, even if you paid for the whole, like no matter your impact, marriage already can be, depending on what kind of friend you have, can be detrimental to people's friendships. Talk less of, she's already shown you before that wedding, your friendship is not going to be the same. It's never going to be what it was anymore because now her key thing is to protect her marriage, protect her husband and be around people who fuck with them both. So I think what you should be ready for is that your relationship has now changed. I'm not saying you won't be friends anymore, whatever, but it's going to definitely be a different friendship. And I think this wedding was her first sign of showing you that.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say. I feel like this is the beginning of it. This is kind of, not the beginning of the end because that's so dramatic.
I'm not saying it's done.
But it is definitely the beginning of a new dynamic. I totally agree. And I feel like in her mind, she just feels like, well, and sometimes it's like, I don't think you were wrong for giving your opinion on the guy. Because I think that friends should be honest.
You do that.
You know there's nothing wrong with that. But like what you might have also done is put a battery in her back to just be like, no, I'm going to fight for this love and make it work. And even if that isn't the case, like she's obviously loves this guy, they're married now, so you know the relationship has even gone up a notch. So I just think it's just one of them things you're just going to kind of have to swallow it. I don't think there's no point in bringing it up now. The wedding has happened, and also with people's weddings, you just never know what people are going to do, you know? Like, there's been times where I was absolutely convinced I wasn't going to be a bridesmaid and I was asked. There's been times where I was absolutely convinced I was going to be one and I wasn't one. Do you know what I mean?
There's been times where you thought you'd be a bridesmaid and all you got invited to was the evening.
Exactly.
Don't really know.
You just never know what direction people are going when it comes to their wedding. So I also just wouldn't take that. I just wouldn't take that too personally, but...
It's one of those sad things, and then we talked about it here a lot. Like it just does. Like marriage just does change friendship dynamics, and it can do unless people make really big efforts to. And often people don't because they feel like they're at a next stage in their life. Like I keep telling you, I'm going to write a seminar about this. Men are the prize. And it's not because I believe it, but I'm going to write an essay about this. The way we've moved in culture. Men are the prize. You can say what you want. Oh, descend to men. Oh, it sounds sexy. Yeah. Shut up.
People.
We have done it in a way that like we have made it. This is what it is.
No, I totally agree. Alrighty, next dilemma. Okay. Hey guys.
Hello.
Hope you're both doing well. I have something that has been eating me up and I can't really share with anyone I know in person. My fiance and I have been dating since we were 21 and recently just turned 30. We got engaged 9 months ago and are planning our wedding for next year, but I don't think I should have proposed because there are still some issues. Okay. Number 1, and it's written very nicely in bullet points, cheating. I know I'm a scum, but I cheated on her from... year 4 to 7 of our relationship.
So 3 years of the relationship, you cheated on her. Okay.
She found out in year 7 and it broke her. Somehow she managed to get over it, but she thinks I cheated on her with 3 girls, which were the people she found on my phone the day I got caught. But there are others. I stopped seeing before.
Okay.
To be honest, the number is over 30.
Right. Very good.
I should have told her then.
Very, very good.
The way she was crying and wailing and looked like she was about to die.
Very good.
Never let me tell her that was just the tip of the iceberg.
Very good.
I've stopped cheating for 3 years.
Congratulations.
I've been in therapy, but I'm scared one day she will find out. She casually mentioned last week that if there was anything I omitted, that she would end it, even if it was 15 years into marriage.
Okay.
Bullet point number 2, and in bold, country of living.
Okay.
She's adamant she can never move back to Ghana from the UK. But that has always been my goal since I left Ghana at 16. My family business is doing well and my dad has offered me a nice role in it, but she hates Ghana with a passion. Sorry for the long email.
Please leave this woman alone.
Yeah, your closet is full of skeletons.
Just leave. Like, when you leave, she's going to be heartbroken. She's going to cry. She's going to wail. She's going to cry some more. How can you do this? Blah, 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 blah. But you're going to keep cheating.
But he hasn't cheated in 3 years and he's in therapy.
You're going to... Because what it is, right? Here's what it is. I think sometimes when you like force a man's hand to do something that he doesn't want to do, and then when he starts misbehaving, he's like, but I told you I don't want to live here. I told you I want to live back to... Like, one day he's going to be frustrated that he has to be in England or whatever. So he's going to go to Ghana, for like a couple of months. Then he's going to want to be there for longer. Then he's going to say to her, but I've always told you that this is what I wanted to do. Like, he's going to make it your fault. I'm unhappy because I told you I wanted to, this is the life I wanted for myself. Yeah. And I think many people, when you make them live a life they did not want for themselves, they are going to resent you. And any little thing is going to be your fault.
Especially a big thing like that, like where you want to live. That's a huge decision.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the 30 girls might come out. It might be that you get married and it never comes out and she just lives believing it was 3 of them. But I honestly think you have to leave her alone. And I think you not even being sure if you should propose, you not being sure if you actually, I think that's like your conscience telling you that like this might not be right, but you're doing it because you've been there so long, you've put her through so much. So this feels like, hey, if I propose to her and get married, I'm sorry for everything I've done. Yeah. But I think you are literally just leading both of you to a very quite a sad life.
I think that's so true, you know, what you said about men proposing as like a band-aid.
Yeah.
To fix a lot of problems. I think that that's such a real thing. I think that guys fuck up, they make mistakes, they treat you like shit, and then they think, I know, I'm ready for marriage.
Yeah.
Again, it goes back to what you were saying about men being the prize. They think that ultimately every woman wants that, and that will suddenly sanitize everything that's happened. Yeah. And this whole logic about, when I get married, I'm going to change. A lot of people believe that. I firmly do not. I don't believe that if you can't do the work and reach the expectations in the relationship, you're actually doomed in marriage.
I've spoken to guys who was like, no, I'll never cheat on my wife. And I was like, if you
cheat on your girlfriend?
They were like, yeah, in a relationship, cheating. Yeah. But somehow
that separation is so mad, as if a relationship marriage is still a relationship.
The wife you married that's now your wife was a girlfriend.
Exactly.
So you cheated on her when she was a girlfriend.
Exactly.
Wait, what are you saying? Stop practicing your good habits now.
100%. Like, marriage isn't this cure for good behavior that you suddenly wake up a better person because you put a ring on it. It makes no difference. But I honestly think that you're going into this potential marriage with so many things on your chest, and I just don't think, again, I don't know how loosely, the situations were tied up with the 30 girls, whether anyone's going to come out, do you know what I mean? If people start seeing your wedding pictures on socials, are these girls going to come out the woodwork? I can't speak to any of that. But what I do know is that you cheated on her with 30 girls. And she said, listen, if anything ever was to come out, I'm going to walk away. So clearly this is something that is on a need to know basis for her. And I think that coupled with the living situation, which I think is such a big thing that people don't, like, I don't know if you watched, I know you didn't watch Nelly and Ashanti's reality TV show.
No.
But they obviously had their reality TV show, and one of the things that like people were doing so many think pieces on is this thing that they were having back and forth about where they would live. Yeah. And people would be like, oh, why wasn't this like discussed beforehand and blah, blah, blah. And I get it, but not everything gets discussed beforehand. Sometimes you're kind of like, I'll just go with the flow and whatever happens, happens. But I think that living, because she wanted to live in like New York and he wanted to live in where's he from? St. Louis. So like the living together, like where you want to live is a big thing. So I think because you've got this big skeleton in your closet with 30 girls and you've got this issue, I think before you even think about getting married, I really do think you need to put everything out on the table. And I know that goes against my usual messaging. Yeah. But I just think that like you've already got a big issue that you're going to face anyway. So if you're going to do that, you might as well put everything out on the table, because I think that she should know, because it means so much to her. I think if the cheating had occurred and she was one of those people that kept stum and she never brought it up again, then yeah, if she's not going to find out, then why upset her? But I think you should put everything out on the table. But definitely like let it be known that you're not trying to live here. That's a big thing.
That's a big thing.
That's a big thing.
If you don't want to live here, this country is actually hell.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't want to live here, you feel like you're stuck here, and especially when you've got another option at home.
Exactly.
And what will happen is you end up being them marriages where you spend like half the year in Ghana, and it's never like it's just
they don't work.
You just repeat what our parents did, where one lives in one country because one went to do this or whatever. Just like, do what you actually want. Leave this woman alone. You've done enough to her. Go to Ghana. Meet someone there that like it's actually not fair.
Yeah, it's not fair.
And also, this is what I don't like about like not giving people full information, because you don't allow them to make full choices because they're making a choice based on the lie.
Yeah.
If you tell me everything on the table and I still decide to be with you, hey, at least I've made a choice because of myself, right? If you tell me exactly who you are and I still choose to be with you, that's a choice that I got to make. But telling me half truths, and this is not even half. What's like? This is a 10.
This is like a drop in the ocean.
30.
Yeah.
Come on, honey.
Yeah, she thinks it. Yeah, that's actually insane. There's 27 more people.
Like, yeah, just let her know the truth, and just give her some power, give her some reign to be like, I can't do this.
And I think that like you're coming to that point in your relationship where a reset and like there's going to be a transitional period in your relationship. So I think that like, because you've got these two really big things, they are great places, they're great starting points for you to open up the conversation. Whether you do move forward or not, at least it's had, and you're going to have it, you know, on an open forum and put everything out on the table. But I definitely don't think that you're ready for marriage with all of this going on in the background. Like,
and I also don't think the crying and wailing will be any worse if she knew it was 3 or 30.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I think it will still be the same amount of crying and wailing. She's still like, even if it was 1, she's still going to cry and wail.
Yeah,
like it's still going to be painful.
Absolutely.
So just don't make this woman plan a wedding and think that you are her person when you are just living on a bed of lies.
Exactly.
Please.
Agreed.
Right, next dilemma. Hi ladies, by now you guys know how amazing you are, but we're going to continue to tell you every chance we get. I'm an avid listener and I have been for years. You brighten up my week. Not only do you both represent great black women doing their thing, you are the best agony aunts, fashionistas, jokers and chit-chatters. I also love the way you tackle deep convos and issues that affect us all, and the skillful way that you make your celebrity interviews feel like a chilled catch-up with the girls. Nice.
Yeah.
All in all, I love what you do, and I can't wait to see where you guys go with the podcast and beyond. You both have so much to look forward to, and I wish you all the very best. Thank you. So, over to my dilemma. It's about a guy. And I know some of the women in his family listen to this podcast. So I'm going to try and be vague. I've been with my boyfriend for over a year now, and we spend time together as a couple. It's beautiful for the most part. I love his company. He's affectionate, and I feel his adoration when it's just the two of us together. He cooks for me. He's a great cuddler. He put thought and effort into my birthday, Valentine's Day, which may sound like bare minimum, but it really meant a lot to me. I appreciate it all. However, I have recently been spending more time with him outside of our little bubble of two, i.e. going to family events, work events, or events where we're around other people. Okay. In these environments, he's quite different. Not at all affectionate, barely acknowledges me, does his own thing like ordering his food and joining his friends without even a glance in my direction, to the point where I have to sit with randomers. He's walking in the pouring rain with an umbrella while I'm next to him, getting soaked, trying to use my cardigan as a hood. Once when saying bye to me, he jokingly went to dab me, and I said, give me a hug. He gave me a one-armer and pat me on the back. I saw that his brothers were in front of us and couldn't help but think that that's why he did it. It's actually the other men in his family who check for me, e.g. bring me a drink when the glass is empty, offer their seat when there's no space, pass me a plate and let me go in front of them to get food queue, etc. The usual gentlemanly behaviour that I'd expect and appreciate. When telling the story of how we met, he twists things to pick himself up and make it seem like he's a champ, which is not at all what happened. I wish I could get specific, but the women in his family will clock.
Okay.
I've been left feeling like he cares more about maintaining this bravado than maintaining our relationship. I don't want to be with a man who makes himself look cool to my detriment, and then behind closed doors, he's all over me and wants to talk about our future. It's weak, hurtful, and I can't respect it. When I brought it up, he said he didn't realise or remember doing any of it. Shake my head. But in the moment, it seemed very intentional. On top of this, there have been a few occasions where he's made a random comment like, you think you're an angel, or you don't think you have any weaknesses, do you? Which then leads to a strong analysis of my character and behaviours. Granted, I do think I'm an angel and I have great self-confidence too. I definitely have weaknesses, by the way, but there's no secret, nothing I'm ashamed of. But I think his passive-aggressive initiation he brings, I out-earn him significantly and have been told that he tends to make men act up in a weird way. It sure does. All of these things have been playing in my mind. We were talking about the prospect of trying for kids and getting a place in the immediate future. I don't know what to do, but I do know I don't want this. We have great quality time one-on-one, but I'm feeling like he isn't husband or father or kid material. When I dream of my future isn't with a man who behaves like this. Please work your magic and give me some advice. What do you guys think? And what would you do in a situation? Thanks in advance. I really appreciate you guys.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't know. I don't like, that's like something that's like a big thing to me. Like, I don't like people that try and put you down and belittle you and kind of are dismissive of you. And, you know, it's mad because behind closed doors, he's lovely. And then in front of his people, he starts moving mad. Yeah, I don't like that. Like, you know, that's a very big thing for me. I wouldn't be surprised if the fact that you earn more is playing a major part in it. Like, that can make, did she say how old she is in this? I don't know.
No.
That can make some men feel very insecure. And so he's trying to like exert his power in other ways and kind of like belittle you in front of his people or whatever. Yeah, for me, that kind of thing is a sackable offense because I just think that it is the root cause of bigger things that will emerge later on down the line. Like I don't want to be treated like giving me your dabbing me up in front of my friends. Like, that's weird. Like, giving you weird friend hugs. Like, I and
also, how old are you that you're still trying to play hard in front of your friends?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's like 15
when you're like in high school.
Yeah. And if we're talking kids and family, that means you're old enough. That feels so like, oh no, I'm not a softie, like whatever. And maybe it's something to do with you out earning. Maybe clearly it's like his own insecurities.
Yeah, it's definitely a him problem. It's definitely not a you problem. It doesn't sound like you're doing anything wrong in this situation. But for me, that's not someone that I would want to move forward with in a relationship. I don't know if you've spoken to him about this or even asked him why. Like, why do you get like this when we're around other people? I've noticed this kind of behavior. I don't know if you've asked him that and what he's got to say about it. But for me personally, yeah, I don't know. It's a big no for me. I don't like it. I don't like it.
And when you bring it up and he says he doesn't remember, please, like, well, I've got a record of it and hear all the things. Like, 'cause I think sometimes when you say things, men are like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's dismissive. So suddenly you stop talking about it. Like, but no, to be like, no, at this moment, this thing happened. Like, here were the specifics because obviously it's upsetting you enough. And we kind of need to sort that out, like what's going on here. Yeah. And also to be like, you think you're an angel. I don't know, something feels quite vindictive about that. Like, that's weird, it's loaded. It's loaded.
Very incredibly loaded. And I don't like that type. I don't like this humbling thing. I feel like your partner's supposed to be the complete opposite. Your partner's supposed to be like, you know that meme of Will Smith where he's like with Jada, like they're supposed to do that.
Look how that
like,
turn out.
Yeah, yeah, true. So I don't like all of that like diminishing of like I don't like that and trying to like reduce your relationship in public because at first I was like, oh, maybe there's like another girl there in the room,
but that was family treat you normally.
Exactly, that was my first thought. But even if his boys are doing the things that he's supposed to do when you're in public settings with him, so clearly it's not that, it's definitely a him thing. But yeah, me personally, that would be a massive red flag for me.
What happens when you're in this thing, you're like, babe, can you sit next to me please?
Yeah.
Like actually just say flat out what you want.
Because maybe he feels like, oh, we're with our people, like you're good.
I don't like that thing when people like act like, oh, because we're with others, that's cool and like we don't know each other.
Yeah. No, exactly. We're lovers, honey.
We are lovers, we are intimate. Parts of your body has been in my mouth. Yeah. No, we are going to be buddies. Like as in people are going to know. Like what are you talking about? Your tongue has literally been inside of my throat. Like what's going on here?
And you don't have to lips and do PDA to that effect. But you can be affectionate.
We're not cool.
Exactly. We're not doing guy. We're not old body, old pals. Like, you can't spud me in front of my people. Like,
especially when it's not an undercover affair. Like what's going on here?
Exactly. Like that's very weird. You're a fake and a phony and I wish I never laid eyes on you. Do you know that? Sorry, that's from Greece. Because Danny Zuko was doing the same thing. Yeah. And he was trying to act all cool in front of his boys.
I don't get the cool thing. Like you're an adult.
Yeah. So don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. I don't like that.
Yeah, I think that actual whole conversation. And when he tries to be like, I don't know what you're talking about. No. Here's what it is and here's how I felt. Don't let him like dismiss how you're feeling about it.
100%.
Because it's clearly a big deal to you.
Let him gaslight you. Okay, next and last.
Yeah.
Hi, Audrey and Tolly. I love your podcast. It feels like chatting with big sisters I never had. I love the advice that you give and how practical they are. God bless you both and your crew, and thank you for being real, which is why I'm reaching out now for honest advice. I pray you see this before the 21st of June.
Oh, sorry, babe.
Oh, sorry, hon.
Oh, God.
Hopefully she meant 2026.
Oh.
I met a man months ago and fell deeply for him. When we met, he was separated from his wife and considering divorce, but got back with her along the line due to a few factors, including family pressure and their kids. Okay. He didn't tell me immediately. I found out after asking questions. He later admitted he was scared of losing me and he still wants me in his life. Okay. Eventually, he told me he wants to marry me as a second wife. At first,
in this economy. Everyone's pissed. I actually feel faint.
oh my God. At first, I thought he was joking, but he's serious. This has been hard to process. I never planned to be with a married man. By the time I found out the full truth, I was already emotionally invested and chose a safe option to stay. But I've had time to think and I have mixed emotions and uncertainties. We both come from polygamous backgrounds. My family is Muslim. I've since converted to Christianity, and his is Christian. Polygamy is somewhat common in our culture, but my childhood experience of it was traumatic. Jealousy, rivalry, even spiritual diabolical things. I don't want that for myself or my children. Christianity doesn't support polygamy, and even if my Muslim parents accepted it, being a second wife under Christianity feels unprotected. I've declined similar offers before, but now I'm caught between love and fear.
The men are the prize.
Oh my God. We're actually finished. I often meet men who are single but not serious, or married men who only want casual flings. This man treats me with love, respect, and has proposed marriage. Is his wife aware of the proposal?
I'm already not well, but this is making me come up sweating.
He says his wife will be fine with it, but I'm skeptical. I just don't believe that any woman is going to be okay sharing her husband with another, and that's fine. I'd rather have a known rival than have one pretend to be a friend that isn't anyway. I'm not the type to keep my enemies closer. I don't want them around. Some of my friends say I should keep dating him while keeping my options open. Others say it's not the worst thing to marry him since he treats me well and compromise might be necessary. Would consider seeing other people if I meet a single guy who fits what I want and treats me just as good as this guy does, or even better, and has marriage in his plans. But to be honest, all the other men I meet are no match to him in terms of how he treats me, respects and cares for me. Plus, I keep meeting more married men instead who just want me as a side chick and for dating, not even to take me serious. So I'm wondering, why leave a place where I'm being respected and proposing marriage to go to be someone's side chick with nothing serious in sight? I've spoken to a couple of my friends who think there is nothing wrong with being a second wife if he treats me well, and also believe that I might not always get what I want in life and I have to compromise sometimes. But deep down, I'm unsure. I fear being unhappy long term, haunted by thoughts of what my life could have been as an only wife. I'm in my late 20s and I know I could take the risk and walk away, but how do I start over? Do I marry him or wait until what I want to find me? I just need clarity and guidance. Talk to me like your little sister, for real.
You're right. You're in your late 20s. It's over for you. Honestly, if you don't marry this man now, you might never meet another man ever in your life. So honestly, yeah, just be a second wife, because what is your life as a woman if you are not married? Like, what? Like, what is it to walk around the world unmarried and be a woman? Like, honestly, it's pointless. So you might as well be a second wife, because that's all life has for you. Even though you said this is not what you want, your traumatic past means that it's something that you really don't want it. You know it's not what you want for your life or your children. But what does that matter? Because at least you have a man. And honestly, that's all that matters in this world. As long as you have a man and a man who's willing to marry you, not that he's even done it yet. He hasn't proposed. He just said he might do one day. And he's in this economy of 2025 where people can't even get jobs. He said it's going to make you a second wife. And that's honestly all that matters, because at the end of the day, you get to walk about and tell people that you're a married woman. So,
and don't leave out the second wife part when you tell people that, by the way.
Yeah. It's
do you know what I mean?
That you tell people that, because, hey, again, like you said, you're in your late 20s. How do you start again? What do you do when you start again? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're still alive and it means you can still start again. No. Once you've reached your late 20s and you don't have a husband,
it's over
in whatever way it comes, you're actually done for. There's actually no point in living. Like, you
just accept it. Just accept the proposal.
Just accept whatever it is that you're going to get, because, hey, you don't always get what you want in life. So why should you get what you want for yourself, your life and your kids, even though the past has told you that this is not what you want? But who are you? Why are you special? Why are you special to get what you want? Other people might do, but not you, because you're not deserving of getting what you want.
I hope you hear the sarcasm in that, by the way.
It's the world's fault. It's not even your fault. It's other people that have just made this thing so fucking... I'm so sad for women.
Yeah, it's actually...
Everyone else has made this thing so important, because there is not a world where we live in the well-balanced world where a girl thinks like this.
Yeah, it's actually very sad. And also, I don't like the word side chick and second wife being interchangeable, because it feels like that's what he's like kind of using.
He's not going to marry you as his second wife.
He's not. And also, just to add on to everything Tolly said, you're also going against your faith. Like, you've converted to Christianity. You've said that, this isn't something that is necessarily practicing Christianity like that. And like, and you're
What
you're
country are
newly
you in?
convert. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be in
that
England
part,
because that is not even possible. You must.
Yeah.
Let's
What's it called again when you marry someone and you're already married?
I don't know, but I know you can't do it. I know it's against the law here.
Bigamy.
Yeah, bigamy. Yeah, so you can't do it here. So maybe you're not in. Maybe you're not in
Yeah, maybe
England,
she's
and
not.
you are. But like, okay, so even if you're not in England, it's not actually something that is acknowledging in your faith.
Mm-hmm. That you've just recently converted to.
Nor is it legal. I don't think it's. I'm just thinking of Nigeria. I don't even know if it's legally accepted. It's culturally and religiously accepted, but I don't think it's even legal. Like you are in your 20s. Why in 2025 you are in your 20s? Why do you want to be a second wife?
Exactly, and it's actually mad because she has all the information at her disposal. Do you know what I mean? So we're not even talking to someone here who doesn't know any better. Like you clearly know better. Like there's clearly something about this situation that is not sitting well with you because you feel strongly enough about it to seek counsel. Like you mentioned a couple of times that you've spoken to your friends and like your friends that are giving you terrible advice. And I'm gonna need them to speak life into you and let you know that this is not the outcome for you. Like this is not the life that you should be going after. You're so young, and even if you weren't, it doesn't matter.
And you said eventually he told you he wants to marry his second wife. At first you thought he was joking, but he's serious. Where's the ring?
Is the first wife in the room with us?
Where's
she?
the ring?
Do you know what I mean?
What
is she
made
aware?
you think he was joking to serious? Did he give you a ring? Did he propose? Yeah. Or was he just saying?
Just because he said it multiple times.
Like, as he proposed to you, and you actually, if you were in a predicament where he's like, he's actually giving me the ring, guys. I don't actually know what to do. If you marry this man on the 21st of June, I'm coming to whatever country you are, and I'm taking you home.
But also, a ring don't mean shit either because men can be very crafty. And by the way, they're getting crafty, you know, because like now, obviously he's cheating on his wife with you or whatever. Now he's saying, oh, you can be my second wife because he doesn't want to lose you. Like they're actually getting very creative with their nonsense. But I just need you to separate, the wheat from the chaff.
We're fucked, guys.
Like I just need you to decipher what is
to scare
bullshit
everyone. We are
versus what is real because no.
What is happening here is everyone is making marriage and this thing seem like it's the woman's problem. Because if you were aware that like, what the fuck is this? No, I'm not doing that. You like, I'll meet someone else, whatever. Like, as in, babe, come on.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like shaky. Come
Listen to yourself. Read this back. And listen to yourself because
you say, I'm in my 20s, how can I start again? What do you, people start again in their 60s? Like, as long as there is life, there is like come on.
Exactly.
Like, what are you, you're really upsetting me and my homegirls.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
Yeah, it is very scary. It is very, 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 very
like
scary.
What has the world done to us that we like this is now a thing that you are considering? I mean, if you said to me, hey, I actually don't mind it. At least I can share wahala with somebody else. I grew up in this kind of home. I grew up in, because like people grew up in that, my mum grew up in that kind of home, and I'm actually not actually against it. In fact, I think it's religion and modernism that's actually doing the family unit, and I think this is the way it should work. I'm like, go ahead, be free.
Yeah. Those are your beliefs.
You said, I don't want this for my kids or my family. So why are you having it? You said it. No, I don't think I do. I know I do not want this for myself and my kids. So why do you think you are at a dead end?
She's trying to convince herself as well. Like she's trying to do this whole like pros and cons list, and like all of that is just you trying to convince yourself. The answer is within. You already know the answer. You know you don't want this for yourself. You know the kind of like life that you want for yourself. And I don't think like it's not here that I'm not going to affirm that because I don't believe that this is what is right for you. I think he's full of shit. I think that he likes having you. He likes having you there. He's got no intentions of leaving this wife, clearly, because he's even asking you to be a second wife. So in that alone, he's let you know, I'm not leaving my wife. And you don't want to share a man. Those are not your organic beliefs. Those are not your inherent beliefs. You're just trying to go with the wind. And I need you to want more for yourself and do more for yourself.
And sis, Christian to Christian, I pray that everything comes together and works together for your good. Like truly, I pray that God sheds light in what's dark and he literally replaces fear and doubt in your mind. Because I think that's all it is. You are so scared of what singleness might look like. Like, babe, it's not, nobody have died from singleness, but real life people have died from marriages. And not just like a kiki, hypothetically, do you know women have died? No, actually have died. And you spoke of spiritual, you spoke of these things that like, people have lost their life. Like it's, baby girl, please
stand up.
Don't get me mad. Like, you stand up. No. What was the final question that you even asked? Anything you say is no.
Yeah. No, it's a hard no. No, it's all across the board.
No. And I am talking to you like you are my little sister. So I really hope you hear my frustrations. Do I marry him or wait until? Just wait until what you want.
There's no
what
marriage.
You want will find you. Like just wait. Just wait. Enjoy this time. Like,
yeah,
it's hard to walk away from someone that you love. I completely understand that. But this is not what you want for your life. So please don't let it be that.
Yeah, do not let this be your story. This is not it. And I just don't believe anything he says. I think he's full of shit.
He's full of shit.
I think that there is no second wife
Christian
option.
Man is like, we know that's not an option.
Yeah, there's no second wife option. He's just saying it because he's trying to convince you that you are serious. And I don't know that he doesn't love you. I wouldn't be. He probably does.
Well, you're going to stay his side chick. He's not
exactly.
You're going to stay his side chick.
Exactly. But you're not going to get married. That's not going to happen. I need you to understand it's not going to happen. Like and even if he presents a ring, it doesn't mean anything. Anyone can go and buy a ring and say a few things. You're not actually going to be legally the second wife.
You said he stayed with his family, because of his kids and family. Do you think his family, even if you don't do legal marriage, because you can't, and you do traditional, do you think his family will now be there at that wedding?
Exactly.
The same family that made him stay with his wife.
They're not going to know anything about it. Everything you're going to run, you're going to elope. You're going to but that's not even going to happen. It's not going to get that far. He's just saying everything to keep you there. Yeah. That's literally it. He's telling you what you want to hear. And like I said, they're getting craftier. They're getting more creative. That's all it is. This is just excellent storytelling. But yeah, you can't, no, just no.
Like, please, for the love of God, no.
Yeah.
Like, please, anybody in the comments, please help us.
Yeah, please speak life into her.
Like, please. And even everyone that's out there accepting because you're of a fear, like, please.
You will be absolutely fine.
Please.
I promise you.
You will be able to start again and it'll be okay.
Because if you're clearly, for her, like, marriage is so important and it feels very much like you just want to be able to say you're married.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But if you're not going to be able to wear your second wife badge with pride, then this is how you know you're not in this situation. Like, that's how I know you don't want to be in this situation. Exactly. It's all going to be a secret. Like
you don't even get to have it the way you want. Like, you don't get to. And for someone who clearly marriage means a lot to, and again, I don't think there's anything wrong with people who marry. Marriage means a lot to me. Like I think it's absolutely fair, and I think it's okay to lean into that. That means a lot to me, and I think I want this thing absolutely fine. But you don't even get to get all of the things that you get to. Like, I know a wedding day means a lot to you. I know you've thought about it, who your bridesmaids are going to be, what you're going to wear, what your entrance. You've thought about all of that. You don't even get to have that with this man.
Yeah, you don't get diddly.
Don't get any of it. You don't get an outfit change.
You don't get the wedding. You don't get the marriage. Like, you may get a ring.
I don't think you're going to get that.
But I don't even think. I think he's just saying
it's going to be talking for talking's sake.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So yeah.
Gosh, I hope you didn't marry him. But I don't believe there was ever a marriage. So I don't think she is married to him. I don't believe she is.
Do what normal side chicks do and go tell his wife, man.
Yeah, burn this whole thing down.
Shit.
Burn this whole thing down.
Just kidding.
You know, but no, also don't do that.
Just kidding.
Do not do that. Just leave the situation.
That has made my blood boil.
I know, it's actually insane, isn't it? Like, it's insane. Like, I thought, but we're not progressing, you know.
I know the prize, I'm telling you.
We're not, I'm telling you, we're actually.
Welcome to my TED Talk, guys.
We're regressing.
We're finished.
We're regressing. All this trad wife stuff, like, it's no joke.
We're finished.
Like,
all the insults, we're finished. Everyone's taking it to heart. We're tapped.
Yeah, we're not. We're not moving forward.
Yeah.
As, you know.
Good luck to us all.
Yeah.
Wow. So, we let them win.
Exactly.
Wow, all these years of us talking.
They'll never do better. Why should they? There's always going to be people that are desperate.
All these years of yapping, girl,
exactly.
You're your wife, your queen. Yeah, my sister. I have given up. On that note, I've been your girl, Tolly T.
And just call me Audrey.
Bye.